Hey, Ticats fans, thanks again for checking in with us. I'm very pleased to be joined by Hamilton Ticats kick returner, also a defensive back. He is Frankie Williams, the CFL's most outstanding special teams player right there. Frankie, how you doing, buddy? It's great to see you.
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Our friends at TSN and the CFL have been putting on the East Final from last year tonight. And if we're talking about this game, what do you remember most about that game? What kind of stands out to you when you think back of this game that we're watching right now?
Starting fast. We started very fast. I think we started off with Liam kicking a close field goal, and then we got a turnover and was just rolling ever since then. Great game.
Yeah. Richard Leonard with the interception, 12 minutes in the game. Liam kicks the field goal. And then, like you said, you scoop up a fumble recovery. So, just talking to Mark Washington about this a couple minutes ago, like as a defense, you got to be fired up when you start a game with two turnovers on the other team.
Absolutely. It was fired up. We just wanted to come in that game, just thinking back from the last game. We know we like to get the ball out quick. So just read our keys, stay disciplined, use the technique, and things are falling into place, and they did.
The atmosphere at Tim Hortons Field, the blackout. 25,000 fans, the biggest crowd ever at Tim Hortons Field. What was that like as a player coming onto the field with that crowd? What was that like?
Running out the field, electrifying, overwhelming. It was crazy. We want to channel your emotions, just kind of lock in, and focus on the moment. It was definitely a moment I won't forget.
Well, when you have a crowd like that and you have, almost these 30,000 people screaming, they're waiting for that big play. And as a kick returner, I'm sure you love, being that big play and just the understanding of that crowd getting louder and louder and louder until you finally get it. So, if we're going through that first, like Richard Leonard interception, like, as a defense, as a kick returner, what's that moment like when you get to deliver that punch that sends the crowd over the edge?
You just got to think about all the things you did to get to that point. As a defense, all the hard work you put in, and then the fans just waiting. It's a waiting game for them. It's a waiting game for us. Putting it to that point, I would say it's just amazing. Just an amazing feel.
Yeah. You guys are 10-0 at home. You finished off a perfect season at Tim Hortons Field. And I know I speak for so many of us when I say we can't wait to be back at Tim Hortons Field in front of the best fans in the CFL. But what is it about the fans? What is it about Hamilton Ticats fans that you've kind of grown to love in your time here?
I just feel like the similarities as far as the grit in the city, the hard work, the steel town, no matter what the circumstances is, you got to come in, you got to work. And that's how I am as a person, and that's how the city is. And it's just a great blend.
How you been staying busy? What have you been up to? What's going on? What have you been doing right now?
Okay, so right now in the morning, big time dad time. Wake up, make some breakfast, get a little read in, take them to daycare, send my fiance off to school, work out noon. Train with some young guys, spend time with family. Other than that, just really honing in. It's actually been a great thing. I'm looking at it as a blessing in disguise. Just all the time we get to spend with our family. You don't get that time often, so just taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and the thing, I was talking about this with Tommy a few weeks ago, and then again with Coach O. As a young dad yourself, I guess you can appreciate this a little bit more just because as a professional football player, you wouldn't have this time, with your kids at this young age. So, for you as a father, what is it? What's it been like?
It hasn't been too different because, the only difference has really been is when I would leave. So I haven't left yet. And so we're still in our routine. We're just enjoying it while it's here.
Well said. Frankie, it's always great to see you, man. Be well. We can't wait to see you back at Tim Hortons Field. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Have a great one.